Grace Community Church from Johannesburg, South Africa. My name is Tischler, and I have the privilege of working with the Amazigh people, the largest spiritual movement in Southern Africa. We're talking 15 to 20 million people, 3,000 to 5,000 denominations just under that large umbrella of Amazigh or Zionists. So our ministry provides biblical training to the pastors. We have 70 different schools. Most pastors have never gotten a chance to go to Bible school or receive that kind of biblical training. So for me, though, personally, I get to work with university students, get to work with the young people. So I go to 3 different public universities, and Zionist students are coming. They're studying engineering. They're trying to come and adjust to the city life. They see all these temptations as well. And so God has given me the opportunity to meet with these young people and study the scriptures with them, love them, provide them mentorship. So the question, though, is you only have a little bit of time. Which book in the Bible are you going to study with them? What would you pick? So one thing that's helped me, or one of the books that's been helpful actually, has been the book of Colossians. It's only 4 chapters long, so that's really nice, but it has so much in it. It talks about the supremacy of Christ, how wonderful he is. Paul shares a prayer, an example of his prayer for the church. He gives an explanation of how he sees his ministry. There's a wonderful explanation of our salvation in multiple areas, that we've been taken out of the kingdom of darkness and put into the kingdom of God's beloved Son. It talks about the difference between the law and the gospel. It talks about our interaction and relationship now with these spiritual powers and how they've been conquered through Christ. It talks about how to live the Christian life. How do you live as a husband, as a father, as a wife, mother, as an employer, employee. So one of the parts I want to encourage you with today is from chapter 3. It says, "If then we have been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above where Christ is, for you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you will also appear with him in glory." So the phrase I want to share with you from this passage is this: death is behind us. Life has been given to us. Glory is ahead of us. And the reason is because you and I have been united to Jesus Christ himself. His story is now our story. When he died, we died with him. And that means when he raised from the dead, we are now with him too. And when he comes back in glory, you and I will be glorified with him as well. So even though death is still ahead of us in timeline, and there's still the pain and the growing older and the difficulty of that, the worst parts of death itself, hell, judgment, separation from God, have already been dealt with on Christ. He paid your death. He died your death so we might live his life. So I just want to encourage that phrase with you. Death, it's behind me. Life has been given to me. Christ, glory is ahead of me.